No, don't touch it. Okay, don't touch it.
Okay.
Continuously, okay. Keep view of the storytelling, and then immediately, so let us have your storytelling.
Explain.
Yes.
Okay.
The fact itself.
The fact itself.
Yes.
This situation is three people, Mrs. Joe, Mr. Joe, and Pip eating their food at evening, but Pip stolen his food. Yeah, because there is a man. Before this story, he met a man and being threatened. You remember being threatened to give him a food. So Pip was poor, so he should have to stole his food to him. So he just stolen it, and Mr. Joe recognized he stole his food. So, but he couldn't ask to him because the Mrs. Joe is really. Mrs. Joe is really a, how can I say, really an easily rampaged woman actually. So if Joe stole his food and if that recognized by the Mrs. Joe, she could be very angry about this. Why don't you eat your food and stolen? And I cannot understand. So Pip cannot explain about his situation, so just he's stolen it, but Mr. Joe recognized it. He should have to understand and just change his eye work, but then Mrs. Joe recognized Mr. Joe staring at Pip, so she asked, what's the matter? What's the problem between you? And just the Mr. Joe is just going to acting that Pip is bolted his dinner, and the Mrs. Joe just believed that the Pip was bolted, so she just ate. She just made to eat the Pip the tar water. Do you know the tar water? Tar?
What?
That tar. Tar is in the cigarette, you know?
Tar.
Yeah. The old days, the tar water was, tar water was some kind of medicine. Like, I don't know how to say apen. It is the same in the English. Apen was the same thing with the tar water that was treated as a medicine, but actually that is not a medicine. But so Mrs. Joe just misrecognized that Pip is sick, so she's trying to make the Pip to eat that tar water. That is the whole story about it. Okay.
So this is the first time. So how is the story processing? You think is much more interesting since the first was some boring still?
No. This is, I think, is some kind of thriller.
Thriller.
Yeah, because the main character of this book named Pip, his name is Pip, and he just go to the church and suddenly met some strange man, and that man threatened him to give him a food, and just he came to his house and trying to steal his dinner, and Mr. Joe recognized it and trying to acting in front of the Mrs. Joe. So I think it's kind of quite thrill, and it's really interesting. I just read only the 12 pages of this book. Yeah, it's not peaceful. Yeah.
Yes. How about you? And Sandy, can you make your question?
I can listen. The stolen. Stolen.
Yeah.
Story is
taking someone else's product to mine. Yeah.
Who is stolen?
Who stole the food? Pip stolen his food, his own food for himself. Like when we just have some really nice cheesecake on our dinner plate, and I think I need to keep this one. I think I want to eat this one tomorrow lunch. So we just keep them in the refrigerator, right? So he just doing the same thing. Bread and butter at dinner, and he just wanted to eat that one the next day of the breakfast. So he just stolen it. So he just keep himself. So at that situation recognized by the Mr. Joe. Yeah. Okay.
So is it right in the expression in the store?
Expression in the store?
What the right traffic is and the road and the store. You use the word on the book, the store, and then you use the store. Which one?
well.
This is original expression or some?
Yeah, he uses only two words: stole and hide.
Hide.
Yeah, hide his food in his trousers. Yeah, maybe the hide is much easier to understand.
In UK, I was treated by some acquaintances, but the British grandfathers.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of food, and we left a lot.
Uh-huh.
And then, so they gave me the food,
Mhm.
and then, like a doggy food, right there. So what can I say?
Huh?
And then the basket,
Uh-huh.
and then the food we left,
Uh-huh.
and then pour, and
Uh-huh.
they gave us.
Uh-huh.
And then so the name is I forgot it. So it's doggy food was right there.
Oh,
And,
okay.
It's the food in wrapped it, but we cannot waste it.
Mhm.
So, and they gave it with a basket
Mhm.
and we ate on the train.
Yeah.
So, and I forgot the exact expression. But,
Yeah.
almost they said like a doggy food. So
Yeah. That is the common word that I know.
Mhm.
They don't give the dog the whole foods, but they just try to say, I think I need some
Yes, right.
last
Yes, restaurant,
one. Yeah.
right. It's a shampoo, so and then I want to give it to dog, but
Yeah,
actually, and
yeah,
not
yeah.
to dog, but to me, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's I think it's similar thing.
Yes, thank you. Press the button 2. Okay.